力を合わせて戦わなきゃ。
The episode begins with an intense and brutal scene. Stendhal, now going by his self-assigned mission of purging fake heroes, attacks and mercilessly slaughters multiple members of the villain organization Abagawa Tenshukai. His blade moves with precision, and his ideology sharpens with each kill. Blood splatters the alley walls as he reiterates his beliefs. Only those with true resolve deserve to wear the mask of a hero. Queen Hachisuka, the creepy insect-controlling villainess, steps forward. She doesn't flinch at the sight. Instead, she shows a twisted admiration. Stendhal hands over blood samples from the villains he just defeated, and in return, Queen tells him she has new targets in mind. But Stendhal makes one thing clear. Though he'll cooperate for now, he fully intends to turn his blade on Quinn when the time comes. He believes that anyone who manipulates others without conviction deserves judgment, and Queen is no exception. We shift scenes to the hospital, where Soga Kugisaki and Moyoru Toichi visit their injured friend, Rapt Tukaj. They're recovering from the earlier fight in which Rapt temporarily used the trigger drug, a combat stimulant that dangerously enhances quirks but comes at a high cost. While Moyoru and Rapt laugh off their experience, it's clear they're shaken. They agree. They'll never touch Trigger again. But Soga is silent, a darker resolve brews in his mind. He knows danger is approaching. And so, Soga leaves the hospital alone and seeks out the woman behind the drug distribution, Queen Hachisuka. In a hidden alley, Soga confronts Queen. She offers him a simple deal. Take Trigger, and you'll be strong enough to survive your next fight. Especially if it's against Stendhal. Soga refuses. He's a fighter, but he's not a puppet. He believes in his own strength. Queen's eyes narrow, but she lets him go. For now. As night falls, Stendhal strikes, launching a surprise attack on Soga. Once again, Quinn appears, watching from the shadows. She tosses more trigger vials at Soga, urging him to use them. Soga slaps them away, declaring he'll never rely on a crutch to win. Queen loses patience. She sends out her bee-like insects, injecting multiple vials of trigger directly into Soga's bloodstream. With a scream, Soga transforms. His body mutates and grows erratic. His eyes lose focus. He becomes an instant villain, a mindless berserker driven by drug-fueled rage. As Soga and Stendhal begin their chaotic fight, Koichi Himawari, the crawler, arrives on the scene. Seeing his friend in distress, Koichi rushes to help. He tries to reason with Soga, but realizes Soga can't hear him anymore. Koichi uses his slide and glide quirk to weave between attacks and attempts to escape the battlefield with Soga. But Stendhal won't let them go so easily. With a quick slash, he wounds Koichi, drawing blood. And with a lick of that blood, Stendhal activates his terrifying quirk, Blood Curdle. Koichi is instantly paralyzed, frozen in place. The hero killer steps forward to finish the job. At the last possible second, Knuckleduster storms into the fight. With a powerful punch, he knocks Stendhal back and saves Koichi. Stendhal, however, is intrigued by Knuckleduster. He senses that the older Vigilante carries a similar ideology, a belief in justice beyond the law. For a moment, he doesn't wish to fight. But Knuckleduster isn't there for conversation. He draws a line in the sand, literally, and warns Stendhal, "Cross it, and I'll put you down." Stendhal accepts the challenge. He lunges forward. Ultimately, Knuckleduster lands a crushing blow, knocking Stendhal out of the fight temporarily. Knuckleduster then speaks, looking at the fallen Stendhal and murmuring something profound. The moment you put on a mask, you think you've become someone else. But when someone steps into your world and breaks your illusion, you fall apart. That's the truth of those who lack conviction. These words pierce deep into Stendhal's psyche. Stendhal rises. His eyes are sharper now. He's not just a killer anymore. He's reborn. He sees Knuckleduster's words not as criticism, but as revelation. "Fake heroes are worse than villains," he mutters. In a sudden strike, he paralyzes Knuckleduster with Blood Curdle and flees the scene. But he doesn't run away in shame. He walks into legend. Queen intercepts him again, trying to gain control over him. But Stendhal slashes at her, no longer bound by alliances. In a dramatic act of transformation, he slices off his own nose, the symbol of his past identity. He casts away his old mask. He is now Stain, the hero killer. Moments later, Popstep arrives, tending to Soga, while Knuckleduster helps Koichi recover. The scene is chaotic, filled with tension, yet quiet in its aftermath. And finally, we see Quinn alive, barely. Her quirk allowed her to survive Stain's attack. In My Hero Academia, Vigilantes. Episode 7, titled Truth. The focus shifts from street fights and quirk-enhanced battles to something more personal and emotional. After everything Koichi went through in the last episode with Stendhal, he tries to return to normal life and keep up with college. But he's struggling in one of his classes, and that's when a new character steps in, Makoto Tsukauchi, the smart, confident, and mysterious younger sister of Detective Tsukauchi. Makoto notices Koichi's academic troubles and offers to help him study. The two begin to spend time together, at school, in cafes, and even at Koichi's home. While their growing closeness seems natural at first, it causes a stir. People start talking. After all, Koichi had faced rumors in the past, and now history seems to be repeating itself. Popstep, who's always been by Koichi's side, watches all this unfold. And it hits her hard. She tries to act like it doesn't bother her, but the jealousy is clearly building. What adds more tension is that Makoto might not be as simple as she seems. As Detective Tsukauchi's sister, she might be here for more than just helping Koichi pass a class. Maybe she's looking into his vigilante activities. Maybe she's gathering information. Koichi, however, doesn't suspect anything. He's just trying to survive college, his complicated double life, and now, possibly, a confusing new friendship that could become something more. The episode doesn't feature major fights, but it's filled with emotional buildup. Pop begins to question her feelings. Koichi is caught between confusion and kindness, and Makoto's true motives remain hidden. It's a calm before the storm type of episode. A reminder that sometimes relationships and emotions can be just as intense as villain battles.